1962. Across Europe, communist governments rule from Paris to Warsaw. The Soviet Union dominates the continent, and the Iron Curtain now stretches to the shores of the Atlantic Ocean. For nearly 2 decades, the world has wondered how history took such a different path. The answer begins on a cold morning in Normandy, June 6, 1944. Before sunrise, thousands of Allied ships crossed the English Channel toward Nazi-occupied France. More than 150,000 soldiers are about to participate in the largest amphibious invasion in human history. For years, this operation has been planned in secrecy. The objective is simple: establish a foothold in Europe and begin the liberation of the continent. In our timeline, D-Day becomes the turning point of World War II. But history is fragile. What if a few decisions had gone differently? What if the invasion failed? What if the beaches of Normandy became the site of the Allies' greatest defeat? Weeks before the invasion, German intelligence uncovers critical information. In our reality, the Allies successfully convinced Germany that the attack would occur at Calais. But in this alternate timeline, the deception fails. A series of intercepted reports and reconnaissance observations reveal the truth. Normandy is the real target. For once, Hitler listens to the warnings. He immediately orders reinforcements to the region. Panzer divisions move closer to the coast. Defensive positions are strengthened. The Allies still believe they have the element of surprise. But when June 6th arrives, the Germans are waiting. Along the French coastline stretches the Atlantic Wall, one of the largest defensive systems ever built. Massive concrete bunkers overlook the beaches. Hidden artillery batteries are prepared to strike ships offshore. Machine gun nests cover every approach. Unlike our reality, the defenses are fully manned and fully supplied. Every soldier knows an invasion is coming. As dawn breaks over Normandy, German troops watch the horizon in silence. Then they see it. Thousands of Allied ships emerging from the mist. The battle for Europe is about to begin. At 6:30 a.m., the first landing craft reach Omaha Beach. The moment the ramps drop, German machine guns open fire. Soldiers fall before they can even leave the boats. Mortars rain down across the shoreline. Explosions tear through the surf. Entire units are wiped out within minutes. The carefully planned assault quickly descends into chaos. Officers struggle to maintain control. Communications fail. The beaches become a deadly trap. And this is only the beginning. The disaster is not limited to Omaha. Across Normandy, Allied forces encounter fierce resistance. Utah Beach struggles to advance inland. British troops at Sword and Gold face relentless artillery fire. Canadian forces at Juneau are pinned down near the shore. Hour after hour, the same reports arrive at Allied headquarters. No breakthroughs, no secure positions, no progress. Instead of gaining ground, the invasion force is fighting simply to survive. The entire operation begins to unravel. In our timeline, Hitler delayed the deployment of his armored reserves. That hesitation helped save the invasion, but not here. Within hours of the landings, Germany's elite panzer divisions received their orders. Move to Normandy, destroy the beachheads. Tiger and Panther tanks race toward the coast. The Allies have barely established a foothold when the counterattack begins. What was already a difficult battle is about to become a catastrophe. German armor reaches the battlefield faster than expected. Allied troops are still disorganized from the landings. Many units have no heavy equipment. Others are running low on ammunition. The panzer assault strikes with devastating force. Defensive positions collapse one after another. Supply lines are destroyed. Entire battalions become trapped between advancing German forces and the sea. By the end of the day, victory seems impossible. Inside Allied command centers, reports become increasingly alarming. Casualties are rising rapidly. Entire sectors have been overrun. Attempts to reinforce the beaches fail. As darkness falls on June 6th, General Eisenhower faces a horrifying reality. Operation Overlord is failing. Months of preparation, years of planning, thousands of lives, all slipping away in a matter of hours. On June 7th, the Allies make a desperate decision. The invasion must be abandoned. Ships return to Normandy under intense enemy fire to rescue survivors. The evacuation quickly becomes one of the most dangerous operations of the war. Many soldiers reach safety. Many others do not. The waters of the English Channel fill with wreckage, smoke, and burning ships. D-Day has become a disaster. The news spreads quickly across the globe. Newspapers announce the failure of the invasion. In London, shock turns to despair. In Washington, political leaders face growing pressure. Families wait anxiously for news of missing soldiers. For the first time in years, people begin asking a frightening question. Can Nazi Germany actually win this war? In Berlin, celebrations erupt. Nazi propaganda presents the failed invasion as proof of German superiority. Victory parades fill the streets. Radio broadcasts praise Hitler's leadership. The defeat of D-Day becomes the regime's greatest propaganda victory. Across Europe, resistance movements watch in disbelief. The liberation they hoped for suddenly seems further away than ever. The consequences are immediate. German authorities launch massive crackdowns throughout occupied Europe. Resistance networks are infiltrated and dismantled. Arrests increase dramatically. Executions become more common. Many who dreamed of liberation lose hope. For millions living under occupation, the future now looks darker than ever. On the Eastern Front, the Soviet Union continues its advance. But now it does so alone. Joseph Stalin had long demanded a second front in Western Europe. Instead, he receives news of disaster. The Red Army keeps pushing westward, but every victory comes at an enormous cost. Hundreds of thousands more Soviet soldiers die, as the burden of defeating Germany falls largely on their shoulders. Months pass, then years. The war continues into 1945 and beyond. German cities are bombed relentlessly. Factories work around the clock. New soldiers replace the fallen. Across Europe, destruction spreads. What should have been the final chapter of the conflict becomes an endless cycle of death and devastation. No one knows when it will end. As the war drags on, a new fear emerges: the race for the atomic bomb. American scientists continue their work on the Manhattan Project. At the same time, intelligence reports suggest that German researchers are making progress of their own. The possibility is terrifying. If Nazi Germany develops nuclear weapons first, the balance of power could change forever. The future of the world may depend on who wins this race. By 1946, the United States possesses several atomic bombs. Military leaders face an impossible choice: continue a war that may last years, or use a weapon unlike anything humanity has ever seen. After months of debate, the decision is made. The world enters the nuclear age, and there is no turning back. One after another, major German industrial centers are targeted. The explosions shock the world. Entire districts vanish in seconds. Survivors describe scenes beyond imagination. The destructive power of the atom changes warfare forever. Germany's ability to continue fighting begins to crumble, but the human cost is enormous. By 1947, Nazi Germany is finally collapsing. Its cities lie in ruins. Its military is exhausted. Its economy has been shattered. Soviet forces advance into Berlin as the regime falls apart. After years of additional bloodshed, the war finally ends. But victory feels hollow. The price paid by humanity has never been higher. Because the Western Allies never established a foothold in France, the Soviet Union liberates much more of Europe. Its influence stretches farther west than ever before. The political map of the continent is transformed. New borders emerge, new tensions appear. The Cold War that follows is even more dangerous than the one we know. A divided Europe enters an uncertain future. Today, the beaches of Normandy are peaceful. Visitors walk along the shore, reflecting on the sacrifices made there. In our world, D-Day succeeded, but history is rarely inevitable. A different decision, a stronger defense, a little less luck, and everything could have changed. You've just witnessed a world where D-Day failed. A world where the beaches of Normandy became the Allies' greatest defeat. A world where the war lasted longer. Millions more lives were lost, and the future of Europe was rewritten forever. But history is full of moments like this. A single decision, a single battle, a single day that could have changed everything. On Time Twist, we explore the alternate histories that could have reshaped our world. Like, subscribe, step into the next timeline.